Good evening. I'm Steph, and I'm joined by my teammates Scylla, Nicholas, Angie, and Basma. We're Team 8, and for our digital transformation project, we chose to focus on Hootsuite, a well-known technology company that helps brands communicate better through social media. Our lens was a little different. Instead of looking at how the company would transform its products or marketing, we looked internally at how it could use technology to solve people-related issues around communication, culture, and trust. Now let's look at the agenda for today. We'll begin with an introduction of Hootsuite's business and how it works, then look at Porter's value chain and provide an overview of the project before diving into the problems we identified and the solutions we propose. We'll also cover our change management approach and KPIs to wrap it all up. Now, who is Hootsuite? Hootsuite was founded in 2008 and is headquartered here in Vancouver. Today, it serves over 200,000 users across 175 countries. And it operates as a software as a service model, offering tiered subscription from basic plans for individual users to enterprise packages with advanced analytics, integrations, and team collaboration tools. Essentially, the platform gives users one central dashboard where everything can be found. They could plan, schedule, and track social media content on multiple platforms like Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and X, you name it. To understand how Hootsuite operates and where the challenge lies, we broke down their business structure into 8 key components. So first, we have platform development, and this is the software itself, which has core dashboard functionalities like publishing, analytics, scheduling, and monitoring. Second, we have their product offering, which is mainly subscription-based, that depends on how well they serve different customer tiers based on their needs. Third, in terms of customer base, it's really broad. It ranges from freelancers to global organizations like the World Health Organization and IKEA. Fourth, the support end side, they offer white glove onboarding for enterprise clients, obviously, and ongoing help through Hootsuite Academy, which provides training, certifications, as well as webinars. Fifth, their employee structure is mostly hybrid or remote, which means asynchronous communication is critical. And it's also a potential weak point, which we will point out later on. 6, from a brand and marketing perspective, Hootsuite positions itself as a thought leader, publishing content insights and running social media certification programs. 7th, innovation is also a priority. They work closely with platforms like Meta, LinkedIn, and TikTok to stay API compliant and incorporate new tech like AI. Lastly, their global presence spans, like I mentioned before, over 175 countries. But this also means that they have capabilities to match. Hootsuite is multilingual and it adapts to regional requirements. So in this project, we will explore how Hootsuite can transform not just its tech stack, but its culture as well, and do so in a way that's integrated, human-centric, and sustainable.
So to analyze Hootsuite's business processes, we framed its activities using Porter's value chain model. I will first walk through the primary activities, followed by the supporting activities. Hootsuite's primary activities begin with inbound logistics, which focus on knowledge flow, onboarding of new employees, and process documentation. These activities ensure continuity of work, and they are supported by HR for training and by technology development through platforms like onboarding portals and Slack. Operations include delivering the SaaS platform, updating features, and enabling collaborations. This ensures clients receive reliable and competitive services supported by technology development for innovation and by firm infrastructure for alignment. And outbound logistics involve the communication of policies and updates through leadership announcements, internal channels, and account managers. This keeps employees and clients aligned, and it is tied to firm infrastructure for decision making and HR for engagements. And now we have marketing and sales, which promote Hootsuite globally through campaigns, partnerships, and employer branding. These activities attract customers and talents, linking to HR for employer branding and to operations for service quality. Finally, service covers customer support through resources and account managers, and employee support through onboarding and internal communication. Service links to operations for quality delivery and HR for training and retention. Now let's look at the support activities that enable and strengthen these primary processes. So, Hootsuite support activities start with firm infrastructure, which provides leadership, governance, and company-wide policies to align all operations. It connects directly to outbound logistics and operations for coordinated delivery. Human resources manage recruitment, um, Human resources manage recruitment, training, and workplace culture. This ensures Hootsuite attracts and retains talent, linking to inbound logistics, service, and marketing for employer branding. Now we have technology development that focuses on maintaining and improving the SaaS platform and collaboration tools. It supports operations for competitiveness and inbound logistics for knowledge flow. Finally, procurement secures digital tools, training, and wellness services. It provides resources to sustain employee productivity and customer satisfaction while aligning with HR technology and infrastructure. Now, I will summarize Hootsuite's main HR challenges, the strategies to address them, and the measurable outcomes we expect. The first problem is leadership instability and mixed messaging. To address this, we recommend structured internal communication systems that deliver consistent, reliable messaging. The transformation path involves centralizing communication, strengthening leadership presence, and enabling two-way dialogue. Technologies like Microsoft Viva, Connections, and Hootsuite Amplify support this. Success will be measured through adoption of the intranet, engagement with leadership posts, clarity scores on Peel surveys, and higher trust scores in leadership. The second problem is declining employee trust and psychological safety. Here, the strategy is to prioritize listening and transparency to create a safe space for feedback. This will be achieved through continuous feedback loops, empowerment of teams, and recognition of contributions. Tools such as Viva Glint, Viva Insights, and Amplify make this possible. Key outcomes include higher psychological safety scores, improved ENPS, reduced voluntary turnover, stronger survey participation, and faster time to productivity for new hires. In short, these solutions directly link leadership communication with employee trust, aiming to rebuild culture and strengthen HR effectiveness.
Regarding the problems, the analysis raised six issues: unclear direction from leadership, loss of trust and psychological safety, high turnover and knowledge loss, breakdowns in internal communication, a poor hiring experience, and employee burnout. All of these challenges stem from fundamental weaknesses in two core areas: communication and culture, and directly weakens Hotsuite's human resources, and indirectly its firm is structured: business operation, technological development, marketing, and service delivery. After analyzing the six problems found in Hotsuite, we prioritize two core challenges that are associated with the problems previously identified and also represent the most the most critical issues in the core problem of communication and culture. We will focus on leadership instability and mixed messaging problems, as it is the primary source of communication breakdowns, and decline of trust and psychological safety, which is a driver in employee burnout and disengagement. These two internal issues manifest externally in tangible ways, such as a bad hiring experience for candidates, and ultimately cause high turnover and loss of know-how. First, there's instability at the leadership level, with frequent CEO changes, no clear strategic direction, and poor communication during restructuring. This has led to inefficiencies, delayed decision making, and weakened overall business operation. Second, we see a sharp decline in employee trust and psychological safety, large-scale layoffs, 30% of staff in August 2022, and another 7% in early 2023 were poorly communicated. Employees felt insecure and left in the dark, which reduced psychological safety, discouraged innovation, and weakened collaboration. Finally, Glassdoor, as you can see, some reviews reinforce this picture. While employees appreciate the culture and benefits, they consistently point to poor management, lack of leadership, and recurring layoffs as major issues.
Regarding solutions or transformation strategy to address Hootsuite core HR challenges, our primary goals are two. First, to establish a single source of truth through transparent communication. And second, to implement an integral listening and response systems to rebuild psychological safety. Our strategic vision is to create an holistic solution that ensures both internal stability and trust, ultimately driving operational excellence and product leadership. To achieve this, we are proposing a powerful hybrid solution. We will implement Microsoft Viva as our core internal operating system and integrate it with Hootsuite as our communication and advocacy engine. Let's break down how this solves the key problems. First, to address leadership instability and mixed messaging, our solution is to create a robust communication framework with a dynamic amplification engine. This dual approach provides a reliable information hub through Microsoft Viva, establishing that single source of truth that we need to restore equilibrium. This is complemented by consistent updates pushed through Hootsuite, ensuring our entire organization receives clear and aligned messaging. Next, to combat the decline in trust and psychological safety, our solution is to implement an integral listening and response system. We will achieve this by combining confidential internal feedback systems with an external amplification engine. This means we'll use Viva for internal listening to understand and act on employee concerns, and then leverage Hootsuite to enable external advocacy, turning our cultural improvements into authentic positive stories. Here is how we bring these solutions to life. To solve our communication problem, we will deploy Viva Connections as our official intranet and Viva Engage for two-way dialogue. We will then use Hootsuite Amplify to get leadership messages out quickly and consistently. A great example is how we will handle a new return to office policy with this synergistic approach. To rebuild trust, we'll roll out Viva Glint for confidential surveys and use Viva Insights to understand the anonymized data behind the scores. We'll then use Hootsuite Amplify to empower our employees and share the positive stories that result from these internal improvements, like example of rebuilding of team trust. This tactical rollout creates a virtuous cycle of listening, acting, and advocating. While this tactical rollout provides a technical overview, the detailed methodologies applied will be addressed in the change management plan.
Hootsuite digital transformation goes beyond technology. It requires a cultural change in leadership, communication, and trust. To achieve this, we apply Cotter's 8-step change model combined with High's people first approach, supported by Microsoft Viva and Hootsuite Amplify, delivered through an agile rollout. Cotter's 8 steps in action, urgency, coalition, vision and strategy, communicate the vision, empower action, short term wins, consolidate gains, anchor in culture. Urgency, Viva surveys and insight highlight risks like turnover and burnout. Coalition, a cross functional team drives transparency through amplify and engage. Vision and strategy build a trusted, connected culture with Viva as the internal hub, and Amplify as the messaging engine. Communicate the vision policies on Viva, connections, leadership updates on Amplify, and question and answers throughout Engage. Empower action, remove barriers with training and agile 2 week sprints. Short term wins, early gains, higher trust scores, faster onboarding, and advocacy campaigns. Consolidate gains, agile cycles, expand features, and refine change through feedback. Anchor in culture, Viva dashboards in review, authentic branding, and recognition programs. Agile rollout through 2 weeks sprints, feedback loops, and iterative improvement, the rollout remain adaptive, employee-driven, and sustainable. In summary, by combining Cotter's Model Highest approach, Microsoft Viva, Hootsuite Amplify, and Agile, Hootsuite will rebuild trust, strengthen communication, and embed lasting cultural change. And now we will move forward to KPIs.
We identified 10 KPIs to evaluate our digital transformation process. So basically, we select three core ones to track transformation progress. For leadership and communication, we measure adoption of Viva through monthly active users. For culture, the employee net promoter score captures alignment and trust. And finally, for HR effectiveness, voluntary turnover shows how well Hootsuite retain talents.
So, in conclusion, when people think of digital transformation, the first thing that comes to mind is often best in class technology, featuring cutting edge tools, or something radically new and different. However, as expounded on in our report, in Hootsuite's case, meaningful transformation can be understated yet impactful. Sometimes, by going back to the basics and relooking support activities like HR functions, we are able to identify factors like communication, culture, and trust, which, while often overlooked, form the backbone of organizational ability to not just survive, but thrive. The real impact comes from identifying and addressing the heart of the issue with precise solutions that integrate really well with existing systems. When employees feel heard, safe, and supported, they are able to contribute more meaningfully, which in turn boosts productivity, reduces turnover, and ultimately drives long term success. So, when done right, digital transformation can be a powerful catalyst that extends beyond technology, enabling people, aligning culture, and making change sustainable from end to end. Thank you so much for your time.